What if I told you that your body can start changing dramatically after 35? Even if your lifestyle hasn't changed at all, you still eat normally. You still try to stay active. You still sleep. But suddenly, the weight is harder to lose. Your energy disappears faster. Your mood feels different. Your skin changes. Your sleep gets lighter. And your body starts feeling like it's working against you. Most people blame aging, but that's not actually what's happening. Because after 35, your hormones begin shifting in ways most people never notice until the symptoms become impossible to ignore. And some of the most damaging changes start years before people realize what's happening. Hi, I'm Dr. Elena Quinn, and today I want to show you the hidden hormonal changes that can quietly affect your metabolism, energy, sleep, mood, fat storage, and even your brain after 35. And one of these changes especially affects millions of people every single day without them realizing it. So stay with me, because the last sign is the one most people completely miss. Your hormones control almost everything inside your body. Your energy, your hunger, your sleep, your stress response, your ability to burn fat, even your motivation. And after 35, those systems don't suddenly break, but they do become more sensitive. That's when small hormonal shifts start creating much bigger effects inside the body. And the scary part? The symptoms often look completely normal at first. You feel a little more tired, a little more bloated, a little less motivated, a little more stressed. But over time, those tiny changes compound, and eventually your body starts feeling different in ways you can't explain. Now here's where it gets really interesting. One of the first hormones that often changes after 35 is cortisol, your stress hormone. And chronic stress today is not normal stress. Your brain is being overstimulated constantly. Notifications, bad sleep, processed foods, screens, mental overload. And when cortisol stays elevated too often, your body shifts into survival mode, which means more belly fat storage, more cravings, more inflammation, more fatigue, and worse sleep, even if you're trying to be healthy. This is why so many people say, I barely eat, but I keep gaining weight. Because hormones can change how your body uses energy, not just how much food you eat. And that's only the beginning, because insulin sensitivity also starts changing. This is huge, and almost nobody talks about it early enough. Your body becomes less efficient at handling sugar, meaning the same breakfast you tolerated at 25 can now leave you exhausted, hungry, foggy, and craving more food 2 hours later. That afternoon crash, not normal. That brain fog after meals, not normal. That intense need for caffeine, also not normal. Your body may be struggling to regulate blood sugar efficiently, and when blood sugar spikes constantly, energy crashes become part of daily life. But there's another change people notice very quickly after 35: sleep. You may still sleep 7 or even 8 hours, but wake up feeling completely drained. And many people assume they're just getting older. But hormonal shifts can directly affect sleep quality, especially when cortisol rises at the wrong time of day. Your body is supposed to feel calm at night, but many people feel wired and tired, exhausted, but unable to fully relax. And poor sleep creates another dangerous cycle, because bad sleep increases hunger hormones the next day, which increases cravings, especially for sugar and processed carbs, which then worsens blood sugar instability, which then increases fatigue again. And suddenly, your body feels stuck in a loop. Now let's talk about metabolism, because this is where many people start panicking. After 35, muscle mass naturally begins declining more easily if you're inactive. And muscle is one of the biggest drivers of metabolic health. Less muscle often means fewer calories burned, worse glucose control, lower energy, and more fat accumulation over time, especially around the abdomen. And this is why some people feel like their body composition changes almost overnight, even if the scale barely changes. But there's another symptom that surprises people the most: brain fog, difficulty concentrating, forgetting words, mental fatigue, lack of motivation. And many people think something is seriously wrong with them. But hormones affect neurotransmitters inside the brain, including dopamine and serotonin, which influence focus, mood, motivation, and emotional stability. This is why hormonal imbalance can sometimes feel emotional before it feels physical. And unfortunately, most people ignore the early warning signs for years because the symptoms develop slowly until one day they realize they don't feel like themselves anymore. But here's the good news: your body is incredibly responsive when you support it correctly. And no, this does not mean extreme diets, or starving yourself, or doing endless cardio. In fact, some of those things can actually make hormonal stress worse. The goal is stability, stable sleep, stable blood sugar, stable stress response, stable energy. Simple things make a massive difference. Prioritizing protein, walking daily, resistance training, reducing ultra-processed foods, getting morning sunlight, managing stress levels, protecting sleep quality. These habits may sound simple, but biologically, they directly affect hormonal regulation, and consistency matters more than perfection. Now, here's the part I really want people to understand. Feeling exhausted all the time is not something you should automatically accept after 35. Constant cravings are not normal. Waking up tired every day is not normal. Feeling mentally foggy all the time is not normal. Your body is usually trying to tell you something long before serious health problems appear. And the earlier you listen, the easier it is to reverse the direction things are going, because hormones influence nearly every system in your body. And when they start shifting silently, the effects can show up everywhere: your energy, your weight, your sleep, your mood, your focus, even your confidence. So, if this video helped you understand what may really be happening inside your body, make sure to subscribe. Because on this channel, we break down the hidden health problems that millions of people experience every day in simple, clear, science-based language. And in the next video, I'm going to show you the everyday foods that secretly make hormonal fatigue even worse after 35. Most people eat them daily without realizing the damage they're causing. And once you see them, you'll never look at your meals the same way again.